Women Entrepreneurship in India, an insight into problems, prospects, and development. Chinmayee Sahoo, Department of Sociology, Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, India. Development has economic, social, and political dimensions and is incomplete without the development of women, who constitute about 50% of total population. So, contribution of women is essential in economic activities for healthy nation building. When we speak about the term women entrepreneurship, we mean an act of business ownership and business creation that empowers women economically, increases their economic strength as well as position in society. Hence, women entrepreneurs have been making a considerable impact in almost all the segments of the economy, which is more than 25% of all kinds of business. As per statistics, it is known that in well-developed economy, women is having freedom to develop as an entrepreneur, they are having equal priority as equal as man, but in developing economy and underdeveloped economies, women are facing different types of problems. Development of women has been a policy objective of the government since independence. Women were given priorities in all the sectors, including SSI sector. Government and non-government bodies have paid increasing attention to women's economic contribution through self-employment and industrial ventures. Right eorts from all areas are required in the development of women entrepreneurs and their greater participation in the entrepreneurial activities. Women entrepreneurship must be molded properly with entrepreneurial traits and skills to meet the changes in trends, challenges of the global markets, and also be competent enough to sustain and strive for excellence in the entrepreneurial arena. Keywords: women entrepreneurship, problem, prospect, development. 1. Introduction. Entrepreneurship is necessary to initiate the process of economic development of both developed and developing countries, as it is the backbone of economy of any country. Entrepreneurship refers to combining the available resources of production in such a new way that it produces the goods and services more satisfactory to the customers. Entrepreneur is a catalytic agent of change. It is also instrumental in sustaining the process of economic development. Every country tries to achieve economic development for prosperity and better life standard of its people. Development has economic, social, and political dimensions and is incomplete without the development of women, who constitute about 50% of total population. So, contribution of women is essential in economic activities for healthy nation building. A person who assumes and bears all types of risks involved in an enterprise, who organizes the various inputs or factors of production, and who innovates new ideas, concepts, strategies, and methodology in business from time to time, is known as entrepreneur. 2. Women entrepreneurship. When we speak about the term women entrepreneurship, we mean an act of business ownership and business creation that empowers women economically, increases their economic strength as well as position in society. Hence, women entrepreneurs have been making a considerable impact in almost all the segments of the economy, which is more than 25% of all kinds of business. In India, entrepreneurship is very limited amongst women, especially in the formal sector, which is less than 5% of all the business. Women are one particularly understudied group of entrepreneurs. We know very little about female entrepreneurs, and our ignorance of this important demographic is a serious blind spot in any effort to increase the total number of entrepreneurs participating in our economy. Today, more and more women are undertaking various economic activities. Female entrepreneurs are active at all levels, domestically, regionally, and globally. Women entrepreneurs encounters only 1/3 of all entrepreneurs. In the era of globalization, the challenges are far greater for women entrepreneurs. They are playing very important role in socio-economic development of all countries. Because of their participation, global economy is being changed at present. All over the world, it is estimated that approximately 1/3 of the business organizations are owned by women. In India, the position is near about the same. The precious contribution of women in the area of entrepreneurship can be summarized as 1. Promotion of capital formation by mobilizing the idle saving of the public. 2. Creation of immediate employment so it helps to reduce unemployment problem. 3. Promotion of balanced regional development. 4. Encourage effective mobilization of capital and skill, which might remain unutilized. 5. Promotion of India's export trade. 2.1 Characteristics of woman entrepreneur in India. A woman or a group of women manages the whole business of enterprise. She prepares various plans and executes them under her own supervision and control. A woman entrepreneur takes calculated risk. She faces uncertainty confidently and assumes risk. She has to tie up capital and wait for good returns. The most critical skill required for industrial development is the ability of building a sound organization. A woman entrepreneur assembles, coordinates, organizes and manages the other factors, namely land, labor and capital. It is essential to be a self-confident for a woman entrepreneur. She should have faith in herself and in her abilities. The main function of a woman entrepreneur is to make decision. She takes various decisions regarding the activities of her enterprise. She decides about the type of business to be done and the way of doing it. A woman entrepreneur must be clear and creative in decision-making process. A distinguishing feature of a woman entrepreneur is the willingness to work hard. She has to follow the principle, hard work is key to success. A woman entrepreneur must be optimistic. She should approach her venture with a hope of success and attitude for success rather than with a fear of failure. Women entrepreneurs face the adversities boldly and bravery. She has faith in herself and attempts to solve the problems even under great pressure. A woman entrepreneur is energetic, single-minded, having a mission and a clear vision. She should be a lady of creative thinking and analytical thinking. She must be intelligent, adaptable, and problem solver. Leadership quality is one of the most important characteristic of a woman entrepreneur. It is the process of influencing and supporting others to work enthusiastically towards achieving objectives. 3. Importance of the study. World economy of the country is classified into developed economy, developing economy, and underdeveloped economy. As per statistics, it is known that in well-developed economy women is having freedom to develop as an entrepreneur, they are having equal priority as equal as man, but in developing economy and underdeveloped economies women are facing different types of problem, though government introduces different types of schemes for the sake of women. Women are growing well day by day in all sectors and in all areas. Their contributions are more as scientists, software engineers, technocrats, economists, professors, lawyers, doctors, and as a businessman also. So, it is clear evidence that women contribution for economy is essential and considerable. 4. Objectives of the study. The study is based on secondary data which is collected from the published reports of RBI, NABARD, census surveys, SSI reports, newspapers, journals, websites, etc. The study was planned with the following objectives. To evaluate the factors responsible for encouraging women to become entrepreneurs. To critically examine the problems faced by women entrepreneurs. To study the impact of assistance by the government on women's entrepreneurship. To provide solutions to the various problems faced by the women entrepreneur group. 5. Review of literature. V. Krishnamurthy and R. Balasubramanian, April 2014, identified the important women entrepreneurial motivation factors and its impact on entrepreneurial success. The study identified ambition, skills and knowledge, family support, market opportunities, independence, government subsidy and satisfaction are the important entrepreneurial motivational factors. The study also concluded that equals ambition, equals knowledge and skill, equals independence dimensions of entrepreneurial motivational has significant impact on entrepreneurial success. Dr. Sunil Deshpande and Ms. Sunita Sethi, Shad, Samikshayurmulyankan, October 2009, in their research paper exhibits the encouraging and discouraging factors in an enterprise and to provide solutions to the various problems faced by the women entrepreneur group. For the betterment of women entrepreneur emphasis should be on educating women strata of population, spreading awareness and consciousness amongst women to outshine in the enterprise field, making them realize their strengths, and important position in the society and the great contribution they can make for their industry as well as the entire economy. Singh, Surinder Pal, 2008, in this study identifies the reasons and influencing factors behind entry of women in entrepreneurship. He mentioned the obstacles in the growth of women entrepreneurship are mainly lack of interaction with successful entrepreneurs, social unacceptance as women entrepreneurs, family responsibility, gender discrimination, missing network, low priority given by bankers to provide loan to women entrepreneurs. He suggested the remedial measures like promoting micro-enterprises, unlocking institutional framework, projecting and pulling to grow and support the winners etc. Gurendra Nath Bharadwaj, Swati Parashar, Dr. Babita Panda and Puspamita Sahu in this study revealed the major hurdles that the women face during starting and running a company generally come from financing and balancing of life. The other hindering external factors include gender discrimination, inaccessibility to information, training opportunities, infrastructure etc. Some internal factors like risk aversion by women, lack of confidence, lack of vision of strategic leader etc. can also create obstacles for the women entrepreneurship development. This study suggested that government should set some priorities for women entrepreneurs for allocation of industrial plots, sheds, and other amenities, and precautionary measures should be undertaken to avoid the misuse of such facility by the men in the name of the women. According to Deshpande Sunil and Sethi Sunita, 2009, some school of thought they conclude that, now India is in better position because of introduction of women as an entrepreneur. This is mainly because of change of attitude of people towards women, courageous and risk-taking capabilities of women, support from society people, changes and relaxations in government policies, granting various upliftment schemes to women entrepreneurs etc. Extension to these findings there are certain other factors which facilitates to get success as an entrepreneur as explained in this paper. Singh and Raina, 2013, described the problems and challenges faced by women entrepreneurs in India and also analyzed the policies of Indian government for women. The study mainly focused to find out the status of women entrepreneurs in India. The study found that in modern India, more and more women are taking up entrepreneurial activity, especially in MSMEs. It also observed that Indian women have imprinted a position for themselves in the male-dominated world. It further showed that Indian women can well manage their household work as well their workplace deadlines. According to Roshan Lal and Badrinarayan H.S., 2011, some analytical framework, women entrepreneurs are essential for achieving for the economic growth of the nation. There are certain obstacles which hinder the growth of the nation should be avoided. Encouragement should be in such a manner which allows women to participate and to take up all kinds of business as an entrepreneur. Government should provide proper training to women entrepreneurs. Government should use sophisticated methods to impart knowledge in all functional areas. Promoting women entrepreneurship is surely a successful path to develop Indian economy. Apart from these, women required psychological motivation also. 6. Methodology of study. The paperwork is based on extensive study of secondary data collected from various books, national and international journals and public and private publications available on various websites and in libraries focusing on various aspects of women entrepreneurship. 7. Problems of women entrepreneurship in India. Problem of finance. Finance is regarded as lifeblood for any enterprise, be it big or small. However, women entrepreneurs suffer from shortage of finance on 2 counts. Firstly, women do not generally have property on their names to use them as collateral for obtaining funds from external sources. Thus, their access to the external sources of funds is limited. Secondly, the banks also consider women less creditworthy and discourage women borrowers on the belief that they can at any time leave their business. Given such situation, women entrepreneurs are bound to rely on their own savings, if any, and loans from friends and relatives who are expectedly meager and negligible. Thus, women enterprises fail due to the shortage of finance. Scarcity of raw material. Most of the women enterprises are plagued by the scarcity of raw material and necessary inputs. It is. Added to this are the high prices of raw material. On the other, stiff competition. Women entrepreneurs do not have organizations set up to pump in a lot of money for canvassing and advertisement. Thus, they have to face a stiff competition for marketing their products with both organized sector and their male counterparts. Such a competition ultimately results in the liquidation of women enterprises. Family ties. In India, it is mainly a woman's duty to look after the children and other members of the family. Man plays a secondary role only. In case of married woman, she has to strike a fine balance between her business and family. Her total involvement in family leaves little or no energy and time to devote for business. Support and approval of husband seem necessary condition or women's entry into business. Accordingly, the educational level and family background of husbands positively influence women's entry into business activities. Lack of education. In India, majority of women are still illiterate. Illiteracy is the root cause of socio-economic problems. Due to the lack of education, women are not aware of business, technology, and market knowledge. Also, lack of education causes low achievement motivation among women. Thus, lack of education creates problems for women in the setting up and running of business enterprises. Male-dominated society. Male chauvinism is still the order of the day in India. The Constitution of India speaks of equality between genders. But, in practice, women are looked upon as able, i.e. weak in all respects. Women suffer from male reservations about a woman's role, ability, and capacity and are treated accordingly. In nutshell, in the male-dominated Indian society, women are not treated equal to men. This in turn, serves as a barrier to women entry into business. Low risk-bearing ability. Women in India lead a protected life. They are less educated and economically not self-dependent. All these reduce their ability to bear risk involved in running an enterprise. Risk-bearing is an essential requisite of a successful entrepreneur. In addition to above problems, inadequate infrastructural facilities, shortage of power, high cost of production, social attitude, low need for achievement and socio-economic constraints also hold the women back from entering into business. Marketing problems. During the process of marketing of products, women entrepreneurs face certain problems, viz. poor location of shop, lack of transport facility and tough competition from larger and established units. Production problems. Production problems faced by maximum women are non-availability of raw material. Non-availability of raw material is one of the reasons to the slow growth of women entrepreneurs. Other production problems are non-availability of machine or equipment, lack of training facility and non-availability of labor, high cost of required machine or equipment. Health problems. Major health problems faced by women entrepreneurs were tension, backache, eye strain, fatigue, and headache. It is found that women feeling the problem of feeling fatigued after returning home, lack of rest and sleep and heavy schedule. Enterprise. Risk-bearing is an essential requisite of a successful entrepreneur. In addition to above problems, inadequate infrastructural facilities, shortage of power, high cost of production, social attitude, low need for achievement and socio-economic constraints also hold the women back from entering into business. Financial problems. Finance is a most important aspect of any business. Non-availability of long-term finance, regular and frequent need of working capital and long procedure to avail financial help is found to be the financial problems faced by women. 8. Role of government, institutions for promoting women entrepreneurship programs in India. Development of women has been a policy objective of the government since independence. Women were given priorities in all the sectors including SSI sector. Government and non-government bodies have paid increasing attention to women's economic contribution through self-employment and industrial ventures. The first 5-year plan, 1951-56, envisaged a number of welfare measures for women. Establishment of the Central Social Welfare Board, organization of Mahila Mandals and the community development programs were a few steps in this direction. In the second 5-year plan, 1956-61, the empowerment of women was closely linked with the overall approach of intensive agricultural development programs. The third and fourth 5-year plans, 1961-66 and 1969-74, supported female education as a major welfare measure. The fifth 5-year plan, 1974-79, emphasized training of women, who were in need of income and protection. The 8th 5-year plan, 1992-97, focused on empowering women, especially at the grassroots level, through Panchayati Raj institutions. The 9th 5-year plan, 1997-2002, adopted a strategy of women's component plan, under which not less than 30% of funds were earmarked for women-related sectors. The 10th 5-year plan, 2002-07, aims at empowering women through translating the recently adopted National Policy for Empowerment of Women, 2001, into action and ensuring survival, protection, and development of women and children through rights-based approach. At present, the Government of India has over 27 schemes for women, operated by IJERT departments and ministries. Some of these are, Integrated Rural Development Program, IRDP. Suggestions for the development of women entrepreneurship in India. Right eorts from all areas are required in the development of women entrepreneurs and their greater participation in the entrepreneurial activities. Entrepreneurship basically implies being in control of one's life and activities, and women entrepreneurs need to be given confidence, independence, and mobility to come out of their paradoxes. The following measures are suggested to empower the women to seize various opportunities and face challenges in business. Finance cells. A large number of various finance cells may be opened to provide easy finance to women entrepreneurs. These special cells should provide finance to women entrepreneurs at low and concessional rates of interest and on easy repayment facilities. Even these finance cells should be manned by women officers and clerks. Efforts should be made to provide finance at the local level. Marketing cooperatives. Marketing cooperatives should be established to encourage and assist to women entrepreneurs. Government should give preference to women entrepreneurs while purchasing their requirements. These marketing cooperating will help the women entrepreneurs to sell their products on remunerative prices. This will help in eliminating the middlemen. Supply of raw materials. The required, scarce, and underpricing services. Money can be a touchy. Imported raw materials should be made available subject for many women, Westman said, and many. To women entrepreneurs at priority basis and have trouble discussing pricing terms. This concessional rate uneasiness often leads females business owners to educational and awareness. The educational and undervalue their products or services. It does not. Awareness programmers should be arranged to understand what it actually costs you to produce a change the negative social attitudes towards product, or what it costs you to deliver a service. Women. The attitude of elders needs to be changed, Westman said. Women also underprice. About the potential of girls and their due role in themselves in the workplace, and the same thing. Society. Training facilities. Training and developments happens when you are an entrepreneur. Hiding from cash flow issues. Managing cash flow. Programmers play very essential role for the and following up on owed money and payments is development of entrepreneurship. Special training critical to every successful business, but women. Schemes should be so designed that women can tend to be less assertive when it comes to collecting full advantages. Mobile training centers, part-time money, according to Westman. This goes along. Training facilities etc. should be offered to attract with the issue of it being unladylike, or not. More and more women to the training centers. Develop a blueprint, Westman said, one of the top feminine to discuss money, or think about money, or to collect it, she said. Owners need to face those issues she experiences with women entrepreneurs is that they lack having a set plan in place because debtors head on, and get what they are due. Getting too close with employees, while so many women fall into their business. Small businesses adopt that family mentality. Accidentally. They seem to fall into the business female entrepreneurs are often very guilty of. Because it's something they like doing, so they don't getting too close with their workers, Westman said. Create a specific plan or strategy, she said. They treat employees like family and friends, Westman advised all women entrepreneurs to write said. It's about having a good business. Up a business blueprint when starting out that relationship, but not getting involved into. Includes a clear description of the product or personal relationship. When a relationship reaches service, their target audience and how the business that point, it becomes harder to make decisions in. Will be run on a daily basis. This blueprint should the best interest of the business, she said. Also touch on the specific responsibilities of the business owner and employees, as well as an estimate of what it will cost to run the business in 10. Some cases of successful Indian women. The first year. Team building, many female entrepreneurs try to entrepreneurs, Indra Nooyi current position, CFO, PepsiCo Indra. Handle every aspect of the business alone, Nooyi, 56, is the current chairman and CFO of the second. According to Westman, and that's a recipe for largest food and beverage business, PepsiCo. Born in failure. It's important that female entrepreneurs Chinmayee, Indra did her bachelor's in science from. Surround themselves with team members that have Madras Christian College in 1974 and a postgraduate. Different strengths and expertise that can help run a diploma in management, MBA, from Indian Institute of Successful Business. Women think they can do it management, Calcutta in 1976. Beginning her career in all themselves, and aren't thinking about Team India, Nooyi held product manager positions at Johnson. Building and tapping resources the way that men and Johnson and textile firm Metter Beard sell. Nooyi. Men in the business world tend to realize that, joined PepsiCo in 1994 and was named president and. Whereas women are used to multitasking. Build relationships, women often try to build CFO in 2001. She has been conferred with prestigious Padma Bhushan for her business achievements and being. Relationships with prospective clients or customers, an inspiration to India's corporate leadership. Which can set themselves up for disappointment, Naina Lal Kidwai current position, Group General. Westman said. When they can't make the sale they manager and country head, HSBC, India, Naina Lal. Take it too personally because it was a relationship. Kidwai 55, is presently the Group General Manager and. They tried to build, she said. Instead of stepping country head of HSBC India. Naina has a bachelor's. Back and thinking, what did I learn from that sales degree in economics from Delhi University and an MBA experience, or how can I use this to improve my from Harvard Business School? In fact, Kidwai was the next sales experience. Westman blames this on first Indian woman to graduate from Harvard Business. How women have been conditioned in society and school. She started her career with Anne's Grind Lays. Being uncomfortable with competition and wanting presently, she is also serving as a non-executive director. To be liked. Then you take it really personally, on the board of Nestle SA. Kidwai is also global advisor. Because you are trying to sell based on people at Harvard Business School. Indian government. Liking you, Westman said. She said women need to confer Padma Shri Award on Naina for her. Build relationships, but shouldn't be scared to be contributions in the field of trade and industry. Competitive when pitching sales. Kiran Mazumdar Shah current position, CMD, Biocon. Kiran 59, is the founder chairman and managing director, CMD, of Biocon Limited. Born in Bangalore, Shah completed her bachelor's in zoology from Mount Carmel College, Bangalore University. She later did her post-graduation in malting and brewing from Ballarat College, Melbourne University. She worked as a trainee brewer in Carlton and United Breweries, Melbourne, and as a trainee maltster at Barrett Brothers and Burston, Australia. She started Biocon in 1978 and spearheaded its evolution from an industrial enzymes manufacturing company to a fully integrated biopharmaceutical company. Today Biocon under Shah's leadership has established itself as a leading player in biomedicine research with a focus on diabetes and oncology. Kiran is also a member of the Board of Governors of the prestigious Indian School of Business and Indian Institute of Technology Hyderabad. Kiran received the prestigious Padma Shri, 1989, and the Padma Bhushan, 2005, from the Government of India. Vadya Manohar Chhabria, chairman of Jumbo Group. The wife of a late Manohar Rajaram Chhabria, is now leading Jumbo Group, a Dubai-based $1.5 billion business conglomerate. She was ranked 38th most powerful women by the Fortune magazine in 2003. Neelam Dhawan, Managing Director, Microsoft India. She is well-known figure in IT industry of India. Before joining Microsoft, she worked in almost all the top IT companies. Lalita Gupta and Kalpane Morparia, Joint Managing Directors of ICICI Bank, have made immense contribution to the banking sector in India. Ekta Kapoor, who is popularly known as the Soap Queen, creative director of Balaji Telefilms, is credited for bringing about a revolution in the Indian small screen industry. She is a rare combination of beauty and brain and a great inspiration for budding entrepreneurs. Shahnaz Hussain, current position, CEO, Shahnaz Herbals Inc. Shahnaz Hussain is the biggest name in herbal cosmetics industry in India. She has introduced a number of trend-setting herbal products. Currently, the Shahnaz Hussain Group has over 400 franchise clinics across the world covering over 138 countries. Her pioneering work got recognition from Government of India when she was conferred with prestigious Padma Shri Award in 2006. 11. Conclusion. It is observable that women entrepreneurs have proved to be a strong driving force in today's corporate world. They are competent to balance their duties of both motherhood and entrepreneurship, but they comprise of almost half of all businesses owned today. Indian women and laws guaranteed equal rights of participation in political process and equal opportunities and rights in education and employment were enacted. But unfortunately, the government-sponsored development activities have benefited only a small section of women, i.e. the urban middle-class women. Women's sector occupies nearly 45% of the Indian population. At this juncture, active steps are needed to provide entrepreneurial awareness, orientation, and skill development programs to women. Woman can pick up a job any day, but if she becomes an entrepreneur, she can provide a livelihood to 10 more women at least. Highly educated, technically sound and professionally qualified women must be encouraged for managing their own business, rather than being employed in any outlets. The uncultivated talents of young women can be identified, trained, and exploited for various types of industries to increase the productivity in the industrial sector as well as the nation. Nowadays, even after facing so many obstacles, the Indian woman is now becoming educated and economically independent. Women entrepreneurs face so many problems from financial, marketing, health, family, and other problems point of view. The governments and financial institutions must enforce some measurable guidelines for women entrepreneurs from time to time. Women entrepreneurship must be molded properly with entrepreneurial traits and skills to meet the changes in trends, challenges of the global markets, and also be competent enough to sustain and strive for excellence in the entrepreneurial arena.